Dad and I have started a challenge unlike no other. We are in a race to win 7 different trophies from the 11 selected leagues and 2 big European Cups. However, once one of us wins a trophy, the other is unable to claim it as part of their 7. And we have begun this challenge in Austria with Rapid and Austria Vienna. But we aren't allowed to leave the country until one of us lifts the league title. So far though, we have been stuck watching Red Bull Salzburg win back-to-back championships. Dad took his Rapid Vienna side in Season 2 all the way to the Europa League final, however, winning the competition on penalties and claiming the first trophy of the challenge. And he now has the advantage in our race to win 7 trophies. So Season 3, I was looking to switch up my system in hopes of challenging for the Austrian Bundesliga title, as well as bringing in some experience in hopes that I can improve my strike force this campaign. Dad had also done the same, of course, and one of his first matches as European champions was to welcome my Austria Vienna side in another classic derby, where I thought I had pinched a win until Dad's new midfielder scored in the 91st minute to equalise. And although Dad ate a 3-1 loss to Salzburg soon after, he was still optimistic after his team went toe-to-toe with the Champions League winners Manchester City in the UEFA Super Cup and only lost 6-5. Right, we have another season underway here in the race to 7, and Dad, you have been busy yet again. £9 million out, £25 million in.
I felt I scored enough goals last season, so all I'm interested in is defence and midfield, to be honest with you, really. If I can really strengthen that, because I have lost one of my centre defenders, I think, there. So, yeah, that's what I was more interested in.
I felt like that was a bit of a dig there. I was scoring a lot of goals, you know. My team did score goals. Did your team score goals? Because my team scored goals.
Yeah.
I don't know whether your team... No, I seem to remember they didn't score any goals, did they?
Scored a lot of goals, actually.
How did that striker do again? He got 2 league goals, didn't he? The one that scouts himself. Fair enough.
He's a hell of a striker. It's a good signing by you.
Cracking signing, really, wasn't it?
I look at that and I think to myself, now I know why I don't sign 36-year-olds.
Yeah, I pride myself on being a very good football manager player because of the transfers I always bring in. That was up there with one of my best.
I reckon it
Has
was,
to be.
Yeah.
Okay, back to this then. £25 million. Let's judge you on how good your transfers in was.
Yeah,
Billy
come on.
Cometio, £2.8 million from Dundee.
Like I say, defender, centre or left side. That's ideal.
Yeah.
They're usually quite hard to get, the left side of left-footed ones, so very strong with his left foot.
He's massive as well, 6'5".
Yep.
Then we got Raul Torrente, £7 million on another centre-back.
He's left-footed as well, yeah. So I've got 2 really good left-sided defenders now.
Yeah.
So I'm really pleased with that, yeah.
And on the right-hand side, Monterisi,
I think this is probably
Italian.
I think this probably could be my best signing. I think he's going to be really good.
Yeah. Looks good.
Yeah.
And only costs £3.8 million.
Bargain.
Thomas Delaney, that's a lot of money for a 33-year-old, eh?
It is, but I think he looks a lot better than what your 36-year-old did, especially in the...
We're not going on about my 36-year-old. Anthony Modeste.
I'm quite pleased with it. I reckon he'll do a job for me for 2 seasons at least.
Okay, well, Toma Basic has also joined the club. Centre midfielder, left-sided. Looks quite good.
Yeah,
£2 million.
Yeah.
And then finally, for £4 million, Luca Della Torre.
I think this guy could be good as well. He plays in so many positions. I'm going back to how I used to play in the old days, isn't it? Right? Good squad player.
Yeah. Yeah, that always got you far, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All right, well, tactically then, you're lining up in a slightly different formation to what it was last time.
Yeah, I've gone for something a little bit different, so I think mainly because of the players I've got in there as well.
Yeah.
Good, stronger midfield. I've got a good winger. And I still think I'm going to score goals.
Okay. Well, let's have a look to see what I've been up to on the other side. So, obviously I had no money, but I did get a couple of players out. Well, I had about £2 million, really, didn't I? Which I just chucked in all the wage because I didn't sign anybody other than Justin Butler for 77k. Really pushed the boat out there with Justin, the American 24-year-old. Probably won't see a game of football in his life after this. Horremans, centre midfield, centre back, right midfield, or right back, whatever. Can do a lot. Not a bad free transfer. Igor Zlatanovic, great name by the way. Serbian, looks quite a good striker. I mean, if he scores more than 2, we've hit the jackpot, if I'm honest. And guess what? He scored 2 goals already in 3 games. What a player. Austria Vienna has never seen form like this in their life. The reason why I signed him was he got 16 and 18 in the last couple of seasons, and I thought, surely he can score a few goals over here. But then I decided to go for Neil Mopai. You don't like him, do you?
I I hate to find that there's a Spurs fan that does like him. No,
Yeah.
I don't like him at all.
I don't even think Everton fans liked him, and he played for them. But he came on a free transfer. He currently has 0 goals
that's how good
in
he
5
is.
games. So cracking start. And then finally, we got Jose Antonio Caro. I only have 1 goalkeeper, so I've brought in a second. So he has joined the club now. All right, so I'm setting up in actually a very similar tactic to what you've got, but I think yours is like here and there.
And the opposite way around, yeah.
Yeah. Whereas obviously,
almost a mirror image.
yeah. So mine's
Like me and you, look.
oh yeah, we are so mirrored. 4-2-2 narrow with right midfielders. Basically, what I've gone off it because Gruber is a cracking winger that I've got who can play on the right hand side. Can also play up front, but yeah. We've seen how bad my strikers are lately. We'll just stick you on the right instead. You might do better. So we'll see how that plays out, because the start of the season has been a lot better than what my previous seasons has been. Now, because there's only 10 teams in the league, you tend to find we play each other at the start of the season quite a lot.
Yeah.
It's the 3rd year we have done so, and this time it was a 2-2 draw.
Yeah. It just can't be at
So-
the moment, can I, at the start of the season?
No, I've managed to progress through to the Europa Conference League again, which I'm over the moon with, because we've seen how much money that brought in last season.
Yeah.
Just enough that I had a positive balance. And then the other results that I've got is not bad at all. The game that I lost was against Sturm Graz, but I had drawn a couple of silly ones. So, yeah, it's not too bad of a start. Over to your schedule, though, Dad. And it's looking a lot worse than what mine was.
That ain't good at all, is it?
No. You did play Manchester City in the Super Cup in an unbelievable game, by the way, who won the Champions League. I bet they couldn't believe their eyes when they were playing Rapid Vienna in the UEFA Super Cup.
Yeah, I took them all the way, though, didn't I?
Yeah, 6-5 is cracking result, to
Yeah.
be honest. Well done.
Good game, Matt, yeah. That's
but-
about it right after that, innit?
Yeah, a loss to Salzburg,
Yeah.
a loss to Lask, a draw there to Altak, as well as a draw to Austria Vienna.
It's not a good start.
No.
Not a good start at all.
Not at all. So you actually find yourself in the bottom half of the table, nearly actually, because it's I swear there was only 10 teams in the league like 2 seasons ago. But all right, so fair enough. Okay, so season number 3 now we're going into. We've obviously ticked off one of the trophies already. Dad picked up the victory in that one, which means the Europa League is out of bounds. I cannot win it, and it counts towards the race to my 7. So let's see if one of us can cross off the Austrian
I'm in the
Bundesliga.
Champions League.
You are in the Champions League. Yeah.
Come on.
Oh, you fancy your chances, do you?
Come on.
Yeah, I mean, you took Man City all the way. Who knows? Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, Liverpool, Inter, Man
Yeah.
United.
I think this time I definitely will finish round about where I am now.
God,
If not even
that's
a bit further
generous.
down, yeah.
That is generous. Okay, let's see what happens season number 3. Unfortunately for Dad, he was a bit overconfident, and the Champions League campaign ended with just 1 win and 7 losses. He did pick up a 3-1 win when our teams clashed at the beginning of November in the league. And his Rapid side was just 3 points behind Red Bull Salzburg when they went into the Championship group for the final 10 games. That unfortunately started though with a 2-1 loss at home to Salzburg in the first fixture. 2 more dominant wins against me did give him a bit of confidence that the title was still possible though. However, Red Bull Salzburg barely dropped any points and once again lifted the Austrian Bundesliga title. Dad did face them once again in the Austrian Cup final though in Vienna, and they scored the only goal of the game. Well, a good cup win, Dad, which is great for like the reputation, good for morale, but it
Yeah,
doesn't
definitely,
count
yeah.
towards the
And beat
race
the best
to
team in
7.
the league as well, so.
Yeah, they still went on
pleased
and
with
won
that.
the league though.
Yeah.
6 points above you.
I'm getting close, but just not close enough, is it? I'm
Yeah.
knocking on that door every day.
And they're also up in the amount of players that are in these
Yeah.
player statistics as well. Kiergaard has had a great season with 21 goals, most clean sheets, highest average rating.
I mean, they've had a good season. Drew 2, lost 2, and that's it. I mean, I was very close to them. Look, drew 2 and lost 3. So
Yeah.
That's the way it goes, isn't it? I'm getting closer. That's how I feel.
Yeah, true.
Just silly little games. You just can't afford a draw.
No.
So you got to win. Got to win.
You had a great time in the Champions League though.
like I said, where am I? Hang on a minute. Where am I?
Down there. 1 win against Basel, which was 5-0. What a result that is.
see?
And then you lost 7 other games.
Come on, what chance did I stand? Look at the teams I let play against.
It could have been Anderlecht.
They didn't even give me a chance, did they?
Marseille, you played them in the final last year and
Yeah.
beat them. Lost against them in here, though. Got stuffed by Newcastle.
Oh, well. Oh, well.
But I'll tell you what, though, Dad, one thing's for sure. You had a much better season than I did. Although I did get to the quarterfinals of the Europa Conference League. Didn't Lazio knock me out last year?
Yeah, I think
They did as well, didn't they?
Yeah.
So that's a quarterfinal exit in this one. I mean, the league phase, I had to go through the playoffs this time round. I won 4 of the games there, lost 2. One of them was against Brøndby and Union Berlin. Knockout playoff round, I beat Dundee, but you just stole their best player. You stole their centre-back. So I was happy with that, 6-1. Went into the round of 16, knocking out Strømsgodset. Strømsgodset. I don't know how anybody knows how to say that name unless you're from Norway.
Yeah.
But I beat them 5-2 either way on aggregate. And that obviously led into the quarterfinal where Sporting went on to win the whole competition. Fair play to them. Beating Lazio, who I think lost last season in the final as well.
Yeah. To AZ
Alkmaar.
Yeah.
So they've had a torrid time in that competition, haven't they? But yeah, I was knocked out in the second round by Wacker Innsbruck. Some of the best names in Austria. But in the league, yeah, not so great. Finishing in 5th place there.
See, the pressure's still on me to do it, innit?
Yeah.
I think we're here until I win it.
Well, in the championship group, actually, I went and finished in 4th place. So I don't really know how that works out.
No.
Because, like, when you're looking at it overall, it says that I was in, I don't know. I don't really know. Like, championship group.
I think it probably just carries on with the points, doesn't it?
Well, you get half of the point, along with 50% of the points from the main league stage.
Ah,
so
right.
your points gets halved after the first sets. So that teams can't run away with it.
Yeah.
Like Salzburg probably has done every single year.
That's
and still
probably
won it.
why I am looking like I'm so close to them. I probably ain't really.
Yeah. I mean, in terms of the past positions, if you're looking at it, this was the Bundesliga, but then you were in the championship group. Obviously, it's just the last 10. You just stayed there.
Yeah.
Whereas I jumped up and come back down.
Yeah.
I went up to 3rd place at one point. So, transfer budget for me for next season, after 2 seasons in the Europa Conference League, getting to 2 quarterfinals, is 2 million. And that is it. And I've still only got 25% of the transfer revenue. I've asked for that to change every single season, and it hasn't. And I still got a nice little bit of debt. But the goals, though, Dad, we've finally got some goal scorers.
Yeah.
That isn't Plavatovic, who is a centre defensive midfielder, because Hoskovic has got 15 this year, and Zlatanovic has got 14, while Gruber on the wings got 13. They need to slow down, because else other clubs are going to want to come in for them, and I'm going to have to sell them and find more Anthony Modeste. Neil Mopai had a good year, though, didn't he?
Where was he to? Look,
3 goals, 5 assists. Do you know why I bought him, though? Anthony Modeste scouted him.
You can believe that. It's probably best mates.
Yeah, Anthony Modeste, who I think might still be my scout, unless I've just binned him off, because there he is. He's gone up to 4 for judging player ability. Yeah.
He must have given you one good player.
I'm going to have to put my trust in him more, aren't I? He's that good. I'm going to have to put my trust in him more. Anthony Modeste. I'm going to keep him around. Every club I go to now, I'm going to sign him.
Yeah. It's funny, wouldn't it?
Just bring him with me. All right, so not too bad, but what's your budget looking like, Dad? Well, the season that you had, 27 goals for Carranza.
Yeah.
Seiko Koita had 24, so 2 very good years for them. We mentioned Zivkovic beforehand. 12 goals he got this season.
Yeah, 15 starts, so yeah, he's look good now, isn't he?
Not too bad at all for the 20-year-old. And your transfer budget is 13 million. Well, you did have Champions League football. As bad as that turned out for you to be.
That's right, yeah, it's still good
you
to be
did
in
have
there,
Champions League. Yeah, your debt ain't too bad either. So a good £13 million budget. So let's see who Dad brings in this summer. Dad's summer took an unexpected turn when Ipswich activated Koita's release clause, the player who scored majority of Dad's league goals in the last few seasons. His replacement was going to be Belgio, who he had on loan previously, but he rejected the move. So instead, he went for the Italian striker Marco Nasti, who would cost Dad £15 million in total to bring to Austria. I was also selling one of my best players, but by choice, as I am looking to switch things up this summer. And I found just the striker to help me do that in David Strelec, who I signed for £1.7 million from Slovakia. Positive signs were there, though, as both of us didn't lose to Red Bull Salzburg in the early starts of the season, and Dad even pinched a 3-2 win with a 94th minute goal. There's another striker, though, that Dad's picked up that might just steal all of the headlines this season, and for the right reasons. Well, Dad, with the exit of Seiko Koita,
yes,
for £11 million, which was out of your hands as well, release clause to Ipswich.
A bit disappointed with that, but
34 goals in 55 games he got for you.
I think I've done well to replace him, and I had that young lad coming through as well, so
yeah.
That was a Brucey bonus for me, but
yeah.
I think I've replaced him well.
I agree.
Yeah.
especially with this young man,
Yes.
Sean
19-year-old.
Nielsen Modebe.
Yeah, I mean, he does look good for 19, doesn't he?
Yeah, left-footed, cracking player.
Yeah.
Good stamina,
and
natural
with the
fitness.
other young lad I've got as well at 20, so
Yeah.
I've got a very young striker force here. So
Bought Marco Nasty as well, £15 million. He's only 22.
yeah,
He's got 2 goals in 3 games for you so far. So
I
he's
can
a
see it.
cracking
I can
player.
see it coming again.
Yeah. And then Jason Van Duyven
Yes.
on a loan from Atletico Madrid. And he might be the best of the bunch.
Yeah, I think he could well be. So I gotta go for it front again, and I
Yeah.
love that.
Thomas Holes joined on a free transfer. Bit of option there in the centre
Yeah.
defence midfield or centre back.
Just
Alex
sort of
Vale for 1.5 million.
Good left back, isn't he?
That's a great signing for
I
1.5.
mean, that's a couple of good left backs I think I've got now. So my defence is looking quite strong, really.
Yeah, and then
I'm just gonna-
£5 million spent on Alfred Duncan.
Yeah, I'm just going to hope if I can just sort of score more goals than them then and possibly beat them a couple of times. Salzburg, get in there and win the league.
Yeah.
That's what I need to do. I don't know if you're going to do it.
Cheers for the. You wait till you see the transfers I've made this summer. Della Torre, you locking him in?
Yeah, I'm going to lock him in because I think he's probably the strongest attacking midfielder I've got. And you look at that, you can see why as well, really. But my strike force, I think, is going to talk for itself. 2 young lads in up there as well. I think it's going to be really, really good.
Okay.
Cooper Moore's in there. Yeah, I think I'll have a strong side. I mean, that could be my strongest side so far, I think.
Yeah, I agree. Austria Vienna then, let's see. Well, I did sell a player for £1.8 million, Gruber, who I mentioned last season. What a right midfielder. I talked him all the way into the transfer market, if I'm honest. He left the club. But also, I lost on deadline day my left back.
Good left
Really
back as well.
annoying. Really annoying.
Probably one of your best players as well, isn't he?
Yeah, because
far.
then I only got £2 million because obviously I only get 25% anyway.
Forgot about that.
So, and it was on deadline day, so I ended up
Hey,
just not signing anyone.
You doubled your transfer fee that season.
Yeah, great. Brilliant. Only brought in £1.7 million. I did bring in a left back already, so it wasn't too bad. Omar Richards just joined the club on a free transfer. But David Strelec, £1.75 million from Slovakia and played for Slovan Bratislava. Looks like a cracking player. He's also left-footed, 6'1", good off the ball, 25 years of age now, coming into his prime. Hopefully he can score some goals. He's already got 1. Then finally we got Philip Menzel. Again, I needed a backup goalkeeper, so he has joined the club. And tactically, I'm going for a 4-2-3-1 narrow. I need something this season, a bit of spark to hopefully give myself a bit of faith going into the next year if you don't manage to win it. That's my hope. Huskovic has actually started the season very well. He's got 7 goals in 10 games, but in my best 11, he sat on the bench. I don't know how he scored the 7 goals because he's only got 10 for finishing, 12 for composure, but still, not too bad.
Hey, you can't knock it.
Yeah, Neil Mopai still here, by the way. 2 appearances off the bench, 0 goals, 0 impact, 0 friends at the club. But there we go. Anyway, let's have a look at the start of this season because I've played a lot of games. So many games.
There's a lot of greens here, though.
But there's a lot of greens.
Yes.
Only 1 red, and that was in the Europa League, and we overcame that because we won 8-1 in the first leg.
Yeah.
So we were absolutely fine. I did draw to Red Bull Salzburg. It was a 0-0, but we still drew.
That's good. They drop points.
Yep. I've also drawn to this team here, FC Blau-Weiss Linz, who I've never heard of them. And I somehow drew against them there, which is bad for me. But we did go and beat Sturm Graz 2-0, which is a good start to the season. So we haven't actually played each other yet.
No.
But I've qualified for the Europa League. Oh, amazing. Doesn't matter if I win it anyway. Dad's already won it. Invalid. It would be good, though, just for the money. I think that's the most important thing. The money's better than what it is in the Europa Conference League. So that's all I'm hoping with anyway. Let's have a look at your
Great start
stand.
by your team this season. So
Yeah.
hopefully I've got a good start as well.
Bit patronising, but
No, I really meant that. I mean, I'm pleased to see mine's that gut as well.
yeah,
So I've
you've had a
already
good start to the season as well. You've won every single league game.
Yes.
You've even beaten Red Bull Salzburg.
Yes, this could be the season.
94th minute winner as
Another
well
leg goal.
against them.
You
You
drew
also
against them as well,
beat
so-
Galatasaray across 2 legs.
Yes.
Which was lovely. Then beat
Wish you
Reims in the home leg.
I went to hell in 1-2-1.
What, Reims?
Yeah.
Oh, you lost 4-1 there. Yeah, got stuffed 4-1 there. So
Yes.
you've also dropped into the Europa League.
I'm disappointed there because, like you said, the money is better in the Champions League. So and it's a trophy I could try and win.
Yeah, but then you did embarrass yourself in the Champions League last year, so
Yeah, I
maybe
did,
this is a valid place for you to be. To be honest,
I just rather get knocked out of it now. I've won it. I don't really need another one in the trophy bag.
no. Yeah, just get knocked out of it. Easy. All right, then. Let's see what happens
Come
in
on.
season number 4 of the Race to 7. Well, Dad's new star striker gave me an unwanted defeat, scoring a hat-trick in early October. And clearly, his side is better than mine, battering me in the cup and winning the second league fixture too. Leaving Dad with the advantage going into the championship group, as he would have a 2-point lead over Salzburg after the points were halved. However, my Austria Vienna side then decided to show a bit of fight in the last 2 remaining derby fixtures against Rapid. And the 2-0 and 2-1 victories against Dad turned out to be really bad for his season, as then he unfortunately dropped back into second place, losing the title by 6 points after a terrible championship group final 10 games. Well, as soon as he got to the championship group, you chucked it away.
April killed me.
You only won 2 in that last 10, right, 3, sorry, because you beat Wolfsberger at the start there. 3 in the last 10 games in that championship group.
And I lost you
absolutely
twice.
threw it away. Yeah.
I lost you twice in that, and I lost what? 6 points.
Yeah. So I cost you, because as you can see, going into that championship, championship group,
Yeah,
you were top.
Clear.
Top
4
by 4
points clear with losing 2 games in that as well.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't believe it.
So
It was
very
in the bag.
bad.
In the bag, it was cruising.
I did my job. I got the wins. I pulled myself into 3rd place. Come on, Luke. The fight's still alive for you to win in Austria. That's the dream. Because Dad is ballsing this up well and truly.
I mean, that's their worst season, isn't it? They've drawn 4 and lost 5, so that was their worst season. That's when you've got to jump in, and I was all over them into that last group.
Very
Chucked
poor.
it away.
Very poor. You did win the cup, though. That's good.
Yeah.
Beat Sturm Graz in the final there. Good for you. Round of 16 in Europa League against Marseille again. They keep popping up, don't they?
They're doing
That's
me in
the
there
third
each time because I beat them in the
Yeah,
final. that time.
revenge there in the round of 16. Let's have a look, though. How did I get on in those competitions? I got to the knockout playoff rounds. That's not too bad. But Dad also knocked me out in the quarterfinal of the cup. So we've played each other a lot this season. Sevilla knocked me out of the Europa League there in the knockout playoff round, where you lost 8-6 on aggregate to Marseille. In the league phase, we were roughly the same again. I was 20th place, won 2 games, beat Roma and Leuven. Drew 4, which helped me. But both Prague sides. So that's quite nice, playing against both of them. Home and away. And then away to Everton, their new ground, and got a draw. So that's quite nice. Lost against Sevilla in the league phase, and Villa, which obviously was a bad sign for me, because then I drew Sevilla in the next round. You won 3 games, Dad. Bran, Gil Vicente, AEK, 3 draws, 4 all against Club Brugge. And lost 2. Eintracht Frankfurt, Dinamo Zagreb. Frankfurt went on to win the whole thing.
Yeah.
They topped the group, went on to win it, and beat Newcastle on penalties in the final. All right, Austria Vienna then. Surely that's like 3 good seasons in Europe now. 21 goals for Plavotic again, who's, let me remind you, he's the centre-back. But he is 6'6". He just scores so many goals. Still my top scorer in the last 3 seasons. Hoskovic got 19. David Strelic, who I thought would be, really good for me this season, stopped at 14 and decided not to go score anymore. Dominic Fitz got 12 goals with 13 assists. He had an alright time. My transfer budget, 12 million, finally. But of course, I did lose 11 million at the end of last season. They probably feel sorry for me, and I still only have 25% of the transfer revenue, despite having £22 million in the bank. And the debts and loans is £30 million. Yeah. Dad, yourself, though, squad-wise, 28 goals from Carranza.
Yep.
24 from Zivkovic, who we mentioned before. The youngster that's come through the youth academy. Looks better and better.
Yes.
He's also wanted, though.
Yeah, that's a problem, isn't it? I don't really... I mean, I know you probably get quite a bit of money for him, but...
He's got a minimum fee release clause of 15 million.
I don't really want to lose him, though.
Oh dear.
It's a lot of money, but I don't want to lose him.
Modebe has got 21 goals, so again, not a bad start. Has he got a... No, he's all right.
Yeah.
He hasn't got anything in his contract. De La Torre, 11-11. Alex Vale, from left-back, 10 goals, 17 assists.
Good signing, really.
1 point, whatever it was, £1 million
Yeah.
you spent on him. Unbelievable. I cannot believe nobody is coming in for him.
No, that's right.
That's
yeah.
mental.
Yeah.
Marco Nasty, a bit of a bad season, considering you spent £15 million on him.
A bit disappointed, but then the other guys are scoring goals, so I don't care out of a lot of them who's scoring as long as it's going in the net.
Yeah, but if he scored, you
I
might have
know,
won the
yeah.
league.
Yeah, I know. Yes, someone. We're playing all in on him, and I'll sell him, man. I'll get rid of him.
Oh, yeah, good idea. The Neil Mopai of your team.
Oh,
Nobody likes
He
him.
wouldn't have got in my team.
Yeah. Okay, your transfer budget, $6 million. I've got a bigger budget than Dad. Get in. Love that. Right.
What did I do wrong?
Yeah, season number 4 ends on a high for Omega Luke. Get in. Next season, it's all ours. It's Austria Vienna's time to
Could
pick
well
up
be.
the Austrian Bundesliga. You've
well be.
left it wide open
Yeah.
for too long. Season number 5. You make sure you stick around, subscribe to the channel. You don't want to miss what happens next. That's right, Dad remains 1 trophy ahead, but should he have won his second this season? Austria's turned out to be a lot trickier than what we expected it to be. But once that is out of the way, the race to 7 will well and truly open up and simply be unmissable.